these cranberries.
I'm so used to these
I don't know
being.
what that is.
I'm so used to these being sweet, like banana chips.
They
No, they're sea salt.
That's our one?
Yeah.
I love plantain
Well,
chips.
I bought them. No, like you buy like banana chips. I doubt they're very healthy for you.
You want to try plantain chip?
But they almost have like a.
Ooh.
These
are
are potato chips.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like it. Yeah, I knew it.
That's how you know it's not good food.
She don't like it. She won't even eat. She won't eat anything that's not.
She won't eat sliced turkey.
Yeah, she won't even like that.
For real?
She's bougie. She's like Dub.
Shout out to Dub.
Yeah, she's like Dub. This is really good. Okay, actually, that did throw me off a little bit.
That it's salt?
Do you like it though?
No, I like it, but I was eating those and they're sweet.
That's
So
true.
I like them, but the only thing I've ever had is when they have that sugar. Not sugar, but they're like sweet. Like
Yeah,
a banana chip. Yeah.
Did he say it's gonna work?
Cleaning the
Zap.
bug zapper.
How's it going down there?
Oh, that's very good.
It was zapping a bunch the other night. Like
What
crazy.
is cider? Oh, this is Columbia,
Like a-
Missouri.
Apple?
Yeah.
Waves Cider Company.
So the interesting thing about this, like, there's a couple stages removed. So like, I work with somebody who is a yoga instructor at Moon Yoga. So
Shout out Moon Yoga.
Moon Yoga. So she was telling me the owner of Moon Yoga, her partner worked for Logboat Brewery as like a brewmaster.
Love Logboat.
And then he developed an allergy to like beer.
Like hops or like barley or something?
I don't know, just like beer. Like he couldn't have beer, so they actually spun off Waves Cider.
Interesting.
From Logboat and Waves are like they're very connected.
I was gonna say, is it like a parent company?
I don't know the
kind of situation, but
there's a separate brewing facility and like tap room and everything.
I would guess it's different. Yeah, I don't even know what cider is.
Just made
It's
from
like
apples.
yeah, it's like made from apples.
Oh,
Yeah. You like
just
apple cider? It's like apple juice but thicker.
I don't even know. I haven't had cider in a long time.
I
don't even know.
love cider.
Is it thick?
No. Well, it's not what I meant. It's just like it's not apple juice, but it's like more of the apple than just like the juice of it. So like in
Can I taste this?
Yeah.
In the winter time, shout out if anyone wants to hang out over the winter when it's cold again, if it ever gets cold again. I usually do.
I don't see any, but
for Christmas, I like making a cider, like a hot cider bourbon.
Ooh.
So what I do is I get a bunch of
I've had hot cider
a bunch of apple cider, not the stuff that has like already like the cinnamon and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Just plain apple cider, and then I'll put it in a big pot, get it nice and hot.
Yeah.
I'll throw in whole cinnamon sticks, like 3 or 4. I'll get some little cloves, throw those in, and then a 2 or 3 star anise. Chuck those in, let that sit for like an hour, let it get nice and hot and cook.
Yep.
And then I get my little I had the real big ones, and I'll take bourbon. I'll put like a
hi, baby.
Like a 1 or 2 measures of bourbon in there,
Yeah.
and then the cider on top of it. And it like when it kind of is scary at first because the heat from the apple cider like gets all that bourbon scent and brings it all out at once. So at first people were like,
Wafts up that
"Whoa!"
shit.
But when you take a drink, like especially if it has to be really cold. I don't make it unless it's really cold outside, because then when you drink it, it just fills your whole body up with warmth. It's amazing.
Yeah, it makes me think of a hot toddy.
So good.
Have you ever
Yeah,
had-
it's like a hot toddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a hot toddy. Man,
The only time
last time I had one in a really nice hotel bar. It was the best night ever.
Yeah.
the only time I've ever had hot cider, the person made it in a crock pot, and then we just
Yeah.
ladled it out.
So good.
It was good. And they had
Away with all the cloves and all the
Yeah, it had apples floating, sliced apples in there, so
What do we got here?
it's kind of fun. I don't know.
I don't even know.
Pineapple.
The thing about these with the salt, I think it's making this taste sweeter.
Yeah, I think I noticed that with mine.
Because like if this was sweet, and this was like that.
Hey, everything's in your head.
I was definitely thinking. Of
Terry
that
thought about
Yeah,
all
man.
this when he.
No, I wasn't thinking at all, as per usual.
Terry's like, wait, they taste salty.
Those chips are really.
And I was like, what's sea salt?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
We were just walking.
It looks like the front of it looks like one of those aliens off Men in Black.
The mom was like really sticking her head up.
That looks strange. The last time Macy and I came, when we went around that corner up there, there was 2 baby deers. Like they had to be playing tag. Like it looked like they were playing tag.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: how do you spell ball? What's like ball?
Bull?
Boy?
Bull?
Bull?
What are you doing there, Bull?
that secretly like?
See, when we do it in text,
Nuts.
we do an I, and that's wrong.
That's boy.
Boy.
Because we put
Yeah.
B-O-I-I-I-I-I.
Then you had that Z and boys.
That yeah.
I feel like I would
That's
read
more
that.
like boy.
Yeah.
But
We
it's
should all, you know what we should do? We should just real fast with bookmark what you're saying. We should all go buy a house in Idaho, and it'd be the Boise house.
the festivi. What a great. That's like when Adam Ray goes, "We'll be right back."
Oh, hey guys, welcome to the show. Mellow Brick Road, path 105. Oh, I forgot my notes.
We didn't do any of the sign off. This is the
Yeah.
longest cold open of all time.
Longest cold open in existence.
Yeah, we're in the middle
No,
of
we used to have episodes where like I forget in like 30 minutes into the show. I'm like, oh hey, welcome to if you're here, this is the show you've been watching.
It's almost a little better that it doesn't come.
Because it would be Ben and I at a table, and he'd be like, "What do you want to talk about?" And we'd be trying to figure that out. And one of us would start on something, and then we'd diverge, and we'd diverge, and we'd come back to the original point. And Ben would be like, "By the way, welcome to the show."
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are.
I think I look real fast, but I do have something I want to talk about. So
Damn, them are good.
just to stay, let's start local. You guys want to start local news first? Let's start
I have
local.
a point of contention though.
A point of contention.
I saw that it was spelled B-O-L.
Oh, we're on the boys. The boy. Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's go. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the bowl thing. Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm done with it. I'm done.
Boy.
Ball.
There's an H in there, no?
You need an H, a W, or a U.
B-O-W
Ball. To like get
H-L.
that,
Bowl, not bowl.
I think it's an L. I think it's a lazy L.
B-O-L.
Bowl?
Ball. What up, Bull? I don't know, and it's funny how little I use it unless I'm around Phil.
That's why.
Like I say it so much when I'm here. When I'm around other people, I never. It's one of those things. If I said it, somebody would be like, "What'd you say?"
You okay over there?
Yeah, you alright? It's like, oh, sorry. My brother-in-law says that. I don't know.
Sorry, boy.
Switch it to an I.
Gosh,
Right, ready.
do I want to start? So there's two things I want to talk about with Missouri.
Can I just start?
I guess. Yeah, you might. I guess.
Terry gotta go.
Yeah.
You go ahead, because I'm making a decision. So you go. You know what you want to talk about.
From here on out, I need a rocking chair when we do this. This is great.
You know, I do want to say you didn't want to do the wooden rocking chairs because they're
Okay,
too big.
Yeah, welcome to. You can do it right now.
No, what do you call this then?
No.
This is
No.
about
Let me.
a rock, yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. Terry didn't want the two rocking chairs because one person in the middle, i.e., me, would be a lot smaller than the rest of you, right?
Rock. Bowl.
Stand up, get up out of your chair. Show the people what your chair looks like, right? Can you see
You
it?
can't even hardly see it. It's like a wrought iron metal
Well,
chair.
okay. Well, look at the chair I'm sitting in.
Oh, it's little.
It's little
yeah.
compared to you two.
You pulled a fast one on me. Does it sit lower though, or is it just the
No,
back?
it's just the back.
It
But
is.
I came over to sit down and I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, wait a second! I'm still in a smaller chair than the rest of you. This is my
No,
show."
It sits normal.
Hey.
It sits good. Okay, your turn.
There's no such thing as normal. You heteronormative cis.
Now, what would you like to talk about?
Whoa.
On your show.
Speaking of that, let's go to the church
Whoa.
I'm ready.
because this is the church thing I saw. I saw today. This is kind of an old. I don't know if this is like super new, but oh no, this is something about homeless people. Sorry, that's different. This is what I needed. There people are trying to make it illegal for people to sleep outside, and so they're going to start arresting people for sleeping outside because they have no home because they can't afford their bills because the jobs they work at don't pay
I
them
see
enough.
that in Columbia like every single day.
Yeah, so this is different. This is a different thing.
Okay.
A Missouri church, I believe it's the Ascension Church.
Okay.
If you're familiar with that, it's one of those like big mega church things that's in Missouri.
Is it in like Springfield, Missouri?
Yeah, Springfield, Columbia area, all that. I mean, there's a lot of them, I think, in Missouri.
Oh, like there's multiple.
I think
so. Many
so.
churches.
I thought you meant like a singular church.
Well, this was a singular church, but it's part of like I think it's in St. Louis, the Archdiocese of St. Louis, I think, actually, now that I'm remembering.
I hope you guys didn't caught.
I do too.
The Missouri church calls for, quote, all young men, end quote, between 18 to 29 to, quote, form a militia, end quote. Then apologizes. Huh?
Why are the quotes broken
I don't know why
up?
they're.
I'm scared.
That's just the person who wrote the
I'm
title.
scared.
But
Form a militia.
it was a thing, forming a militia like during election time to like protect the
Oh.
church. Like whenever the church is like going to do something, like protecting the church members from being attacked or something, and it's like, what are you talking? And then
Dude,
so then the church came out with a big thing saying like,
Yeah.
we don't know how this got through our review process. Like we don't want anyone to form a militia.
Yeah.
We don't know why this came out. Like
Right.
obviously our review team didn't catch this in time, and
Unless the militia forms, then they're like, well, they're already here.
they kind of the way their apology looked at it, you could just kind of sum of their apology about like, no, we don't want that, but would be nice.
But if it happened, we wouldn't fight it.
Would be nice, yeah.
I don't understand.
And I was just like, it just rubbed me the wrong way because I'm 28, I'm still in that, and I would if they tried to make me do that, I would rip it up in their faces.
They're saying
All young men,
Oh, I thought it meant like they're of their
18 to 29. No,
Just everybody.
all men.
all of them, all of us,
There's a Missouri militia.
And we refuse. And
Missouri.
if we refuse,
I guess
Illinois.
nothing
They
happens.
send you to Illinois.
They send
molest
you
your
to-
children.
Wow.
But here's the thing, though: even if you agree to it, they still molest your children.
Yeah.
It's even, but like the thing is, like you don't even believe it if you agree to it. You're just like,
have a child.
Yeah. I'm like, Jesus, that's
Yikes.
too real.
Yeah.
That's a double-edged sword right there.
yeah, not cool. So they tried to apologize, but I think it was the Ascension
My-
Church. I could be wrong.
My thing though is like, if somebody actually hacked their account and put that through, why is that what they would say? Let's form a militia. Like, why would a church?
It was like on their website.
Why, if somebody was hacking it, they would put like, you know.
No, I don't think. I think they just sent it in, and they just
I
like.
get your
I'm
I know what you
saying,
get.
like,
I know, yeah.
If you had the power to hack it or say something on their behalf that they didn't know, you would
Why
pick
would you-
something way funnier than that. Like,
Yeah.
Like, let's form a militia. What? Like, you put that out. Just own that.
I feel like it's real. Yeah, I feel like it's not a joke. I feel like
That's what
they
I mean, like-
actually wanted a
They're
militia.
doing the thing where they're like, haha, unless.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, oops.
No, I mean, if you guys
Don't know how
thought-
that got out there.
If you guys thought it was a good idea.
Everybody shows up at their doorstep with guns and they're like, oh, it was just a joke, but since you're here, like, look, we have
Might as
training."
well.
Did we post that on April 1st? Oh, I guess we were a month late or something. It's like, no, just own your
Is
shit.
it and just the concentration of every man.
Why no women?
Good point. It's Pride Month. Not that
Dude,
all women are part of
you
Pride, but
canceled that church. Right?
you did. That church is done for. I'm not saying burn it down, but if it happens,
exactly. Exactly.
Unless
same argument.
Plus, you already have the matches. I mean,
Yeah.
you could get away with some really heinous stuff by just playing it off like a joke.
Yeah. No, we got hacked.
Is that how the Joker gets away with stuff? Like he
He
goes
just,
to like incredible lengths, and he was like, "Oh, I was just kidding."
Yeah, he shot Robert De Niro in that movie as at the punchline of a joke, and then he just like kind of was able to walk out onto the street, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got on a. Well, no.
He got on that police car.
He was in a cop car.
Oh, did he get arrested?
He did get arrested, but his head's like hanging out the window,
He was having a good time.
and the carnage is going on, and
So as long as you know it's a joke, it's fun because then you're having fun. Everyone else is just not understanding the joke. I think that's Joker's whole thing. He's like, you guys don't. That's the whole thing, right? The thing is like he's the most sane person in the DC universe because he knows it's all like fake and bullshit.
I
That's
know.
the whole. That's like a theory of him.
You know how like creepy that would have been to be in the movie Joker, and somebody was like actively laughing during most of it.
Oh
You'd be like,
God.
"Oh my god!"
That movie is heavy to watch and stuff. Like when any scene where he's at home with his mom, you're like, this is really like realistic and scary.
He's very frail.
Yeah.
Like he's got that Christian Bale like
Yeah.
that really
Machinist.
like leaned myself out to a unhealthy degree.
Yeah, you know what the real joke of that movie is? He's not the hero. He's not a hero at all, and yet he's treated as the hero by people.
Yeah.
Unless
Well,
That's
it's like,
why-
it's like Homelander.
That's
The Boys.
exactly like the
Yeah, I mean-
Homeland. He married.
never seen The Boys?
I haven't kept up with it. We watched.
Oh.
I haven't
we
seen
watched some of that together, I believe.
the newest
Almost
season.
spoiled season 2.
The newest season has come out. I haven't started it. I'm seeing a lot now, which is weird because I felt like when we were watching it at the start, nobody was talking about it. Like it felt like this cool thing. We were kind of.
It seemed very insular.
We were like, oh yeah, we've read the comics. This is awesome. And now it's like I'm seeing reviews for it on Facebook, and people like aren't getting the.
Well, here's the fun part.
Like,
here's the whole thing of the.
They're not getting the
parody of it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're these are the people that your kids look up to. It's like no, that's what they're saying.
Like so the comics are made for like incels for the most part, right? Like angry incels. The comics are I mean, they're awesome.
I read comics.
No, not comics in general. I mean the boys' comics because it's very like angsty and very gritty and just like inappropriate and very like it's just like incel. Like it's not for.
You better stop calling me that.
I'm not calling you. I like the comic books too.
Yeah, I've read them.
I like the themes of like the against the superhero like mainstream is really fun. It was I started reading them right when I was getting burnt out on Marvel and DC, so it was like a fun like making fun of them.
That's kind of like Wanted.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
where it's like,
yeah. And so
I'm just gonna.
The comics are very like that, where it's like incel-y and very like angry about everything.
Right.
The show, Eric Kripke flipped the show to where it's actually like against those viewers, against like people that want like Homelander because he's a Nazi, right? He's not like he's showing Homelander as like people think he's a hero, but like the comic book is much slower with its like tension. The show is like, no, this is the dichotomy of it, right? Like he's in the first episode it shows Homelander like killing people on a plane and being like, oh, I can't save this plane, I have to just bail out.
Yeah.
So like they show you right up front who he is, and people are still like,
oh my god, in like the first scene.
That's like
A-Train. That's a house thing.
I love that scene.
A-Train, like just being completely oblivious to, random people or the
well, like he
people.
Like completely just obliterates the main character's like girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it's like incredibly gory and like it's like excruciatingly slow.
Yeah.
The worst is when you hear, because in season 2 is when it really ramps up in season 2 with like the Nazi stuff, and like with like Trump presidency and stuff like that. They were really like pushing with that, and so it's really scary at times when you like they would say like characters would be like, finally someone who's here to speak for the people, right? That's what they always say with, like Trump and like Homeland and stuff like that. They'd be like, oh, if someone finally like, speaks like a normal person, not like a
just like populists,
not like a campaign, kind of thing. Even though everything they say is completely curated for you. Isn't it crazy how like they're taking our rights away and they're taking our public voice away? And everyone's like, yeah, like, and all those big nosed Jews are walking around, and everyone's like, yeah, like people get so wrapped up in the mass hysteria of it.
The last thing, so yeah.
Read 1984.
Does it lean into that as the boys? I only saw season 1 of the boys. Does it leans further into that?
Where they are now, dude. They are full force into that. Like, so people are hating the show
so
now.
So much so that people are like, whoa, what is
the normal audience is hating on the show because now it's too woke, too PC, but it's always been that way.
Do you think
But now they're not showing Homelander's two sides. They're just showing you the real side.
Do you think there's part of that that's lost in the format of being adapted from a comic to a television show?
No, I think they're doing an amazing job formatting it. I think they're doing a really good job.
That seems like a show that would go there. Like it would, if something.
It does.
Really, really.
Oh my god, the comics are insane to read.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I mean, we'll just say the word herogasm and we'll move on. I mean, just that alone.
Remember season 3 opener, man? I was so pumped. I talked about that for an entire episode.
Can I ask you a question that you may know the answer to, may not? Why is it mother's milk? Or what is it, mama's milk?
I don't know why his name's mother's milk.
I didn't know if I forgot why that is, or if they explained it, or if it's just because it's in the comic. It's just like, oh yeah, it's mother's milk.
Hey.
Like, oh okay, that's black guy's named mother's milk.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's just, I don't know.
It may be explained somewhere. I just don't know it.
This is for all you homies that watched season 3 of The Boys. Hold this.
Oh.
Remember this?
I do. I don't like it.
I'm glad that I don't know what you're talking about. You look uncomfortable.
I knew exactly what it was.
It's on. I talk about it all the time. You want me to tell you?
No, I don't.
Oh man.
You talk about something that I can talk about.
But I want to
Sit
tell
on the sideline.
you. Oh man.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I got a Nintendo Switch.
Bro.
Let's move on to that, I guess.
Bro.
I got a Nintendo Switch.
You get Zelda?
I got Breath of the Wild, and I was telling Van, I guess I've never played any of them.
What? Oh.
Me looking at you like,
Oh.
tell a story.
Oh,
you want to tell a story.
I was like,
It's just like a
let the man
zoom
talk.
further and further, like into like
Yeah, I'm
just
just
getting closer.
Me.
But you can like hear me like doing the Charlie Brown parent talk where it's like, they just thinking about that scene.
I am.
Okay, hold on, time out. Something with
Okay, so what happens is they're at a party, and no, trust me, you know, by the time I get to the end of it, you're gonna be so happy.
Several bad puns later.
That's nuts.
Dude, if you read the comics, honestly, just reading the comics, they might have done that in the comics, like with the dick thing. Like, it's some of the things you see in that are, I mean, hero gasm, bro. Look at that bird. It's so mad because his nest is right there, right above the fan.
Is it real?
Yeah, right there.
Oh yeah.
So he's always, whenever there's someone down here, he'll just circle. Sometimes he'll hang out up here on these little poles and he'll just sit and watch me like, y'all fucking get out of here or
Yeah. You gonna sit there a while?
yeah. Yeah, so I think Trace is helping out with Mace. So he's out for right now, I guess.
Incapacitated.
He's probably helping change the baby. Or feed the baby. Or birth the baby. Or feed his wife. I don't know.
He could bring weight down here.
That'd be fun.
Maybe not.
We'll see. I don't know. I guess we'll see what he does when he comes back.
But some people are like sensitive about their kids being on camera.
Yeah, I
Which
definitely.
I get that.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I wouldn't want to bring him out as like a ploy. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna exploit him.
I was just thinking like when people like I was reading about people make like social media for their kids and then they're on camera without their consent. Like a child can't really give fully knowing consent. So like to bring a baby out on camera, some people have argued that's not fair because they don't have an ability to communicate. They don't want to.
Hey, they didn't have to be born.
The ultimate non-consent.
I know, right?
A few moments later.
Waves, pineapple, cider from Cider Company in Columbia, Missouri.
Yeah,
So good.
mighty kind. Violet mango,
It is very good.
cannabis seltzer, 20 milligram CBD,
That's a lot.
cherry blossom. What's up? Got the branding. Not that they don't pay us, but we like it. We're gonna keep drinking it. It's good stuff.
Yo, do you have one of those?
I have not.
That's good.
What this?
Blood orange hard candy.
It's got blood in it.
Yeah.
How many oranges did you murder for these?
One per.
That's one per.
That's why they're so small.
Damn. 72-year-old man.
My mic just squealed. I heard it here. Or something squealed. Oh, these are great. Wow.
You took 0 seconds.
That
That's
didn't
very
take
good.
long.
Dude,
I'm gonna jump over your legs, bro.
These are great.
when
I'm such a sucker for like hard candy. Like suck on
Okay,
candy.
we're good to go.
when you were on your way here, you texted Van and it said I'm like between 0 and 7 minutes, like
Find my
estimated
friends.
time of arrival.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, it might be 7 minutes, or I might be parked. It might be 0 minutes.
I may already be here.
Yeah,
that
I don't
was
know.
weird.
I don't know. I've never been here.
That was weird.
That is kind of strange. What gave them that gap of time?
Probably because maybe you were.
If he's walking, or if he's going 25 miles an hour, or if he's going the speed limit.
Might have been like that circle, like the range, where they're like, yeah, he could be in this circle, which, I mean, you're in the circle, so he could be
That
right
could
where
be
you are.
0 or 7 minutes.
Did you try looking to your left?
Yeah.
Dum-dum? He could be 0 to 7 inches from you.
Trace has just crashed into the living room.
I look down, I'm standing on top of his head, and I'm like, what the, what?
He might be here.
Yeah.
Our car's just like sinking in the fucking pond, and you're like, oh, he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if sponsors want to get involved, they can. But
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're fine to not take on sponsors and not do advertisements.
I'm wondering,
Can you just drop that?
It was in my mouth.
what'd you do? What'd you do?
I had a chip thing in my mouth.
It dropped off the gazebo. I'm pretty sure.
I think it went through a crack. Yeah, it was in my mouth. And
I've
hopefully
almost dropped a joint down this crack,
if
dude.
it
It's
got
so
caught on
scary.
camera, you're gonna have a stare at you can edit on the
Instant replay. Slow motion.
That's their first broadcast. The sports broadcast is me dropping the plantain chip.
Chris All-Star, Athlete of the Week.
Yeah. We should submit it, like, just...
I thought you were saying
I feel lied to.
Van told me before we started, and I was like, "Oh, cool, that sounds like a good idea." And then Mom
Did you not read your script before this show?
Oh, fuck.
I feel stupid because I didn't know that you knew, and I was sitting here the whole time. I don't know what to believe anymore.
You know the show's scripted, right?
I don't know what to believe anymore. You guys run off a script and you just wait for me to ad lib? Is that what happens?
Hang on.
Check script.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nod.
That is
This always happens.
the case. I gotta turn the page.
Turn the page.
Flip.
Remember that show on MTV that was like senior pranks?
It's the family reunion.
No,
Oh, not that one?
no,
Not
no.
that? Okay.
Not Wildin' Out.
I feel like I have a vague...
It was called
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I was just talking to Mom about this.
Something, and they go, stories, pranks, and controversies.
Yes.
What was it called?
I don't remember.
Are you the actual guy who does the...
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Any
This summer.
Yeah, this summer.
What is that guy? Like,
I don't know.
he's...
Or
Probably
the
makes lots of money.
The EA Sports guy.
It's in
EA Sports.
game.
It's in the game.
Like, how much did he make for that phrase? But I was thinking about that show because I remember they would, interview these students or whatever the prompt of the show was. I don't even fucking know.
Start something really stupid. Keep going.
Okay. And they would talk about like sneaking into their school at night.
Yeah.
And it would like show them passing a pool like next to the library, and you're like, what?
That does seem
That's
odd.
so strange.
That seems
like,
odd.
It'd be
It's like
weird
a
smelling
hotel.
chlorine in
Yeah,
your
it's
high
like-
school. Yeah.
Going into it, like anytime I smell a pool, I think of a hotel because that's the only time I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've been at
Well, like
pools.
indoor.
Yeah.
Like indoor and chlorine
That's
is
just immediately where my
hotel.
brain goes to is like, oh, it's a hotel. Like
Yeah.
That's a lame high school stories.
high school stories, scandals, pranks, and controversies.
Yeah, we never had good
There was
high school
another,
pranks. I tried to sell the school one time, and everyone was like, "You can't put it for sale sign in front of the school. It's not right." I'm like, "We're not actually selling the school."
It's a really good prank.
If
That's
I know,
so
right?
harmless.
If someone, because like I put the sign up, and then all the girls started like making all these other signs that didn't tell us about, and they started putting up signs like, "This is just a senior prank. This is not real." And I'm like, "What do you do?" If anyone even called asking to literally buy the school, we would tell them no, it's a prank.
Yeah.
No one's gonna call.
That school's for sale.
What are we
By the
doing?
way, our school was on like
It was on a highway.
No-
No one's buying that school,
The number is like this big, and they're 65 mile an hour. Like, call that number.
dude.
And like, give me a break.
Dude, I was
Who's the
so
person
annoyed.
who like, what is that couple that's driving past that they're like, or like
Our
they're
dream.
Finally,
they're
it's finally for sale.
antiquing that weekend, and they're like, did you see that sign?
Our dreams have
By
come
Kanye,
true.
he'd probably buy it, make his own school.
Yeah, that's so harmless. Like, recently, what did the local school did? They forked the yard.
To me, it's like
They just stuck plastic forks all throughout the grass, like hundreds and hundreds of them. So then somebody has to like.
I feel like
Go
there's
pick
a
'em up.
fine line between like, for me, a prank that is like respectable and funny enough that I'm like, that's fun and harmless. And then there's this huge area that it's like, that's really bad. And then there's a certain point where you cross back over, and I'm like, that's really funny. Like,
Yeah.
the ones where they're like, they disassemble a full car and then like put it
Oh,
inside a gym,
yeah.
and it's like, that's so incredibly like extra for them to go do
This
that.
just the amount of effort and skill to
Yeah.
do that is like
That's-
you win.
That's my threreshold. You cross
And,
that.
Yeah.
and like the skill and like
Yeah, the
patience of it.
Having to put together a
that's a
car.
The planning of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a reverse heist.
Another one that pops in my head about that show is, and I learned something from it, was one time they had a school that had 2 floors, which I don't know anything
That's not
about.
possible.
Yeah, I don't-
Marceline, shout out
they-
Marceline.
yeah, they did.
They had
Yeah,
they had
that's
2 floors, 3 floors, they had a basement.
But oh yeah, the dungeon for the. Well, it's not what it wasn't actually a dungeon, but
I mean, it might have been.
I don't know. It was a weight room.
It was an old school.
Out of context, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
It might have been a dungeon. I don't
was-
know.
was
I don't go to
thinking
that
they
school
called
anymore.
It the dungeon.
We called it the dungeon because it was like
But they
dark and
called it-
dirty.
They called it the tiger lair
Yeah.
because it
I'm
was
just
like
saying,
a weight
But like,
room.
if you kept tigers there, you'd get arrested. The PETA would
Is that
beat
what
your
they're
ass.
calling them now? Tigers? That's what they're calling them.
They're
I'm
called
not
cubs.
buying that school.
They're called cubs.
Call that number. Call that number. Write that down.
Anyway,
I thought of another one that comes to mind is they led a cow up to the 2nd floor.
Yeah, that's what I always think of.
That's
Because
totally
the
line for me.
way a cow's legs are set up,
Mm-hmm.
it can go upstairs,
not
but
down.
it can't come down.
So you have to get it like a crane.
Yeah, you have to like have an elaborate plan to get it back
I've
down
never
the
heard this
stairs.
in my life.
It's like bears.
That's
You know
what
if-
they claimed on the show. Was like,
I believe you.
And I was
never
like-
heard that.
I was like, oh, that sucks. Like,
Yeah.
clean up for that and like.
Because
the-
kids wouldn't think about that.
Yeah.
About
I
having
think-
to get it down would be a problem. They wouldn't even think
I
of
don't
that.
think. I think they knew that. I think that's why they.
Then
led it
those
to the second
kids
floor.
need their kneecaps beat.
I'm like, that's right on the threshold for me, where I'm like, that's just like genius enough where you get the points. But I'm
Yeah.
like, also that's a for like all the staff, all of the administrators and faculty, like that sucks.
I think the best senior prank is you get a tarp. You find a designated section, either in the gym, the entrance of the school, cafeteria, somewhere in the corner, right? You guys off like 20 feet radius, right? You know, or diameter. It doesn't matter. In the corner, 20 feet from the corner.
Yeah.
Maybe if you need that much space.
Okay.
Tarp.
Okay.
Maybe even like raised on the sides, on the edges of it, so it's raised up like an inch or so.
Okay.
Bunch of sand. Dump a bunch of sand. Make a little sand pile in the corner. Back the hill in the back corner, tapering down, so it doesn't, there's no spillage.
Fair.
Then you get umbrellas. You get towels. Everyone shows up in trunks and tank tops, and they have towels. They have sunscreen on their noses, sunglasses. Everyone's, maybe some kids got floaties on.
Yeah.
Maybe you got like a little kiddie pool in there next to the sand. That's it. It's done. You clean it up.
Play some music.
Play some music. You're
You have a
seniors. Who
barbecue
cares?
grill out the
Exactly.
door.
Exactly. That's the best
Bring a cooler
senior prank.
with a 6-pack of
Soda.
and
Beer with duct tape
oh,
over them that says soda on them.
We have a visitor. Yeah, I agree.
I think
with that.
I think it's a super easy,
See,
innocent senior prank.
That's where I'm like, you're on the other side of the spectrum, where I'm like, that's respectful.
That's
That doesn't
very
bother me.
respectful.
Another one that I would like is people now just, I say people, like I've heard, they just do a lock-in. They just do a senior lock-in where they just stay at the school.
But we had
the
too
last
many of
day, and I'm
those.
like, that's cool.
We had too many of those on our own, just in
but
FCCLA and
we
stuff.
did it with such a small group, if you think about it. Like, it was just not that, it wasn't enough people to, like, even-
Lock-ins were always fun when you could get the janitor's keys, because then you can turn the lights off and you can play hide and seek.
That
And it's
I've never had this experience. I don't.
I've had that dozens of
No, we
times
did
as
that.
an
You
experience.
guys, like-
We would go into the school, into the kitchen, and we would have a competition. All the guys would have a competition. Is this good to say? Maybe cut this out. Maybe. But
The editor.
I know. I'm telling myself
We're
that.
past the-
But I'm also asking Trace.
past the
No.
good.
Well, listen to what I'm gonna say.
Oh.
We would all, the
Whoa,
10 of
wait,
us,
wait,
we get a bunch of guys, and we would all go into the freezer of the kitchen,
Oh, yeah,
and we would
yeah.
shut ourselves
I
in.
said, I didn't know where you were
And
going.
because it wasn't one of those where it's like, oh, we're locked in. You could
Right.
just, it's
was
not a
all-
movie.
Yeah,
So like, we would all sit in there, and you would just see who could stand in there the longest.
Yeah.
I think that's
And
fine.
we'd try, and it would be, well, I just
But then,
because like
like-
food and stuff. Because the worst of it was like when you're in there, and like you're in there, and you're just like, all right, let's do it. And you just stand there. After a while, you start looking around,
Yeah.
and you start noticing like, this is all of our lunch is in here. It's all
You're like,
frozen.
oh,
You're like,
oh, there's the
you're like,
frozen
oh, that's,
patties.
you're like, that, I didn't know those were frozen. Oh no! And then you're like, oh, maybe
Yeah,
we
you've
should
seen,
get
like,
out.
You've seen like fruit
Oops, sorry.
medley frozen, and
Oh.
you're like, can you do that?
Yeah.
Is that how this works?
That dead kid was in there that one time. We're like, wait a second, mystery meat Monday.
Salisbury steak.
I thought it would taste like a girl.
His
It
name
was a boy the whole time.
His name was Salisbury.
Somebody like. Somebody was like eating something that was like just like a frozen dinner meal the other day, and it was like chicken patty, and I was for like a split second, like I saw it, I even smelled it, and I was like, dang, like I would eat it. I would eat a chicken.
I love
There's a
a
couple
chicken
school
patty.
lunches that to this day I would just.
I always fucked with school lunches. I was
Chicken patty's
never
dope.
picky about school lunch.
I just felt like
All of it was
the,
good.
The shape of it was like so, like that's so unnatural.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing about this.
If you want a dynamite chicken patty that's straight up nostalgia from your childhood,
Yeah.
like taste wise and like feeling of eating it wise, the Morningstar Company plant based
Oh, wow.
chicken patty is fucking unbelievable.
What about-
And their black bean burgers are number one in the world, man. Number one in the world. Morningstar got the green package.
I
I
haven't
need to try
tried that.
It's wrong.
What if I just went to the school and asked them for lunch?
What if I
You can
shaved
do
my
that.
beard off?
I remember being told
With a
you can do
backpack.
that.
Adults can go to school
you
and just ask for lunch?
pay money. I mean, I don't know if you can just do that, but if they know, like,
You call it.
we could do that at Mark Twain probably, because
Yeah.
Dad is the principal. We
Did
could
I
probably
make a reservation?
we could probably do that. It'd be embarrassing
That's
to walk
so
in
funny.
to a school full of children and be like, I am also getting lunch.
No, I'm here with a chicken patty.
It's like $1.25, and you're like pulling out a bunch of.
mustache, and you're like, thanks, buddy.
Nickels and dimes.
I would have to.
You just have the mustache.
I don't know.
Be like,
I think is it worse that
I
you're
don't-
trying to look the same age as the kids?
I think it's already bad what my facial hair looks like. It would look even worse in a school.
what a great
Yeah.
idea, though.
Is this a great
No,
idea?
not that. I'm moving on.
Okay.
There's a better idea.
If a school, our schools weren't big enough to do this, but if they had like a culinary class, which we had like home ec and whatever, but they had a culinary class where they had kind of like an in-school restaurant.
Yeah.
Where people could come eat lunch.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
if they just did burgers and
city
fries
schools,
and
like city schools have like fucking Pizza Huts.
McDonald's in
And
their
you're like-
school.
And first of all, I'm like, would you want that? You gotta
Oh, I
pay full price?
I'd be miserable at practice.
I didn't even like do that at Mizzou. But also I guess I had the food
Carpenter beat.
things. He's just going underneath the table.
Hi, buddy.
No worries. Hey buddy.
Please not me.
He's
No.
nice.
He's got holes underneath the table. You can feel the wind coming off his wings, which is really fun. Watch when he flies by
He's a
Trace,
big
you'll
un.
feel it. What are you doing? Trying to
He
get some
scared
hugs,
me.
boy? That feels so good on my legs, bro.
You think that's a bowl?
I'm gonna take these.
Boy. Those are super
I
good,
just-
Terry.
I can't
Is this
stop
is this
you. I
so?
don't
This
know.
is the
They're
brand.
so
This these belong in this.
I'm gonna get Macy one. She'll like that.
Shout out to Tori and Howard.
I don't know. Sometimes
My favorite
blood
people in
orange
the
doesn't
world.
Quite hit, but those are really good.
Organic hard candy, blood orange and honey.
We're like a food podcast at this point,
Yeah, he's
Well,
snacking, man.
I mean,
We're
I figured
snacking it
wouldn't
up.
hurt.
dude. You bring stuff that I have never once seen on a shelf, and
So
it's
good.
always good. I went home that last time we recorded on the boat. Check it out. And
Bye,
somebody was
guys.
talking about a snack subscription, food subscription service.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't remember what it was called. It's like Clean Meals or
Yeah.
Eat Clean or something. And I'm like, oh, let me check it out. They just said it was expensive. I Google it, and the first thing that popped up was the seaweed puffs.
The sea
That brand.
monsters.
And I was like, I had these 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
And it comes in this box, and they were like, oh, cool. Are they good? And I was like, they were amazing. Like, it would.
Dude.
I was
had, like,
that's so weird.
The Korean barbecue ones.
Oh,
I don't know.
is that even
think-
legal?
They're so good.
I only had like 2 or 3 of the seaweed puffs.
No, there's a whole bag.
There was a whole
There's
bag.
a whole bag on the boat.
Oh, I think we
Well,
all.
remember- no,
I think we
remember-
all remember the footage of what happened to all the snacks.
It's- I
They went into Terry's belly.
I remember that everybody got some.
Everybody,
got
I saw everyone take at least one bite. Okay,
Yeah, everybody
it's
got
fair.
some.
I brought it.
I think that there was.
That's so
I like
funny.
those Pop Tarts too. Those were really good.
Oh,
But
I
the only
thought
thing with
about getting those again.
the only thing with homemade Pop Tarts, like not homemade, but like not the name brand Pop Tarts, is they're always a little bit thicker,
Yeah,
which is not a problem. It's just something I always notice.
I was kind of.
Homemade is good, though.
I didn't want to bring too many snacks this time because I was like, I'm gonna maybe
Yeah.
not for certainty, but maybe eat more than everyone. So I was like, maybe I should back off a little bit. But I saw the the Uncrustables. Those little
Oh
PB&J
yeah.
sandwiches.
Yep.
They have like
I've never had one.
they have like
Oh.
a healthy version. Dude, you would.
So you'd fuck with it.
Smoke 'em.
You'd love them, dude. You specifically
I'm
would go
a
crazy.
crust guy, though. I like a crust.
No, I still think that you would
but
just.
still.
Trace, it's like a hockey puck with
I don't
peanut butter and
like
jelly
I
in.
hear people throw them in the freezer.
That's what I was about to say. Like, I
Mhm.
went
People
and
chill them.
Yeah, dude.
the Uncrustables. There's like a healthy version of that I bought like a couple months back, and I had it. It was like when you put a CD into a PS5. Like I just like devoured that. Yeah, just all it
Just like the
Hey.
CD. Ow.
And with this, you can put it in the freezer or
toast it.
Toast
I was
it.
gonna flip it and say, what if you toast it?
dude, you get that because
I'm
it's
a
all
toast guy.
enclosed. It's like a little puck. It's
But then
closed
that
in.
Jelly get hot.
No.
No, dude, the bread gets
I
hard.
see your point, but no.
It doesn't. You're thinking,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's not. They
That's how
covered.
science works, but
I
not with
need-
the Uncrustables.
You know, you would think based on the way science is.
Jelly get hot.
I should search next time I'm there for chicken patties.
Morningstar.
I'm telling you right now.
Trust
I
me.
get. I don't know where we get. I'm probably Aldi. Shout out to Aldi. It's not Aldi's. It's Aldi.
I'm glad you said Aldi because I actually.
I
after
always-
people.
It is Aldi. We get the spicy chicken ones frozen.
Oh
And you
yeah.
Chicken patties.
and you air fry them, And
You've been letting me talk about chicken patties this whole time, and you didn't tell me.
He's been holding on.
Aldi.
Isn't he a motherfucker?
Frozen. I don't know what the brand is, but you can. I just air fry them.
Yeah.
And make it like toast some bread and put it on a sandwich. So good.
I would just eat it not sandwiched.
Yeah, or just eat it with a fork. I mean, or just eat it out.
I'm thinking
the CD.
yeah,
CD,
the CD thing,
the
whatever
disc
that is.
ROM. Disc tray, whatever.
Yo,
Yo.
before you read your thing,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna derail you.
I haven't even started yet.
I did this.
I like trains.
I did this deep. I like totals. I did a deep dive into what's happening with Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, Oddworld.
Whoa.
You have my attention.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
No,
Can
that
you
Thank you.
imagine if that had skipped off?
Oh.
Cartwheeled off the fucking deck?
I don't know. Did either one of you see the game Soulstorm?
I
Yes.
have seen it.
Yes.
I've never played it.
I have not played it either, but I watched one of those deep analysis videos, and I actually ended up watching all the cutscenes. I'm not even gonna sit there.
Ooh.
I'm not a
Gameplay, you just did the...
no gameplay. I'm not a watcher of stuff. I don't go
Right.
in on this. This was like an hour and 30 minutes, and I was like, man.
Wow.
It was after we talked about that rock that looked like
Oh, yeah, that looked like
the
a...
head of that character from Abe's Odyssey.
That you're saying
they're
Jeff
called
Dunham.
Gluts, I'm pretty sure. Like the bad guys are called Gluts,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
evil bosses.
They think they're so big and tall in them suits. They're just little guys.
They don't have arms. Did
No.
you ever notice that?
No.
I don't know if it's
dude.
just-
Well, no. They do have arms. They're standing on
I
their
was-
arms.
Is that what that is?
And then when they take off their coats, their arms and then their legs are real small.
Oh, it doesn't show that in the.
I was
Oh,
so...
when they take their suits off, or no? Maybe it's
there are
something
no
different.
Scenes that reveal that in Soulstorm.
Oh, okay. I think I'm thinking
I
from the
was
new
so
Abe's Odyssey
young
is when it
that,
shows
like,
it.
That whole game is like, is that what it was, or was it? Did I imagine that later? 'Cause
Yeah.
I was freaked out about it. So like, I don't know like what was like the only thing
I think that about it, and I was older than you.
that I truly remember about that game is the whistles. Like,
I
I will find myself doing the whistles constantly.
Okay, hang on. Everyone stop. I was going to say this before. I was going to look for a moment. I want everyone to do their best Abe's Odyssey whistle.
Oh, I got a thing in my mouth.
I think one of us has to do it, and the other. You can't.
You're right. Okay, I'll do it. I'll
You
do
start,
the
you start.
I'm the guy. So Trace is like, do the thing like we were coming up on the track, and I'm like, I'm
The
the guy on the
bar
other side.
system.
I drop the bridge over here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So then you look at me. You come up.
Okay.
Start the scene.
What do you mean?
You do the whistle.
Come
Am I
up.
doing the
no,
whistle?
you come up,
Okay, I'm coming
I
up.
think I know.
and then you look at me,
I should
and
do
then I
it.
go.
Yes.
Oh.
Is there's like hi.
There.
yeah.
You did it wrong. You did it wrong. You go. You go.
Oh, and there was the chanting too. He's like, when you go to take over. Yeah. That's like, you sound like a dick,
Help!
too.
Help! Help! Help!
Anybody
That's the slag.
People that haven't played this game are like, what the fuck's in
And
the
then
soda,
you-
guys? What's in the drinks?
Yeah. for
Everybody
real.
else is like, what the? But
they like when they curse, they go.
There's 3 other guys somewhere that are gonna watch this, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah."
Yo, shout out
they
the
did it."
sligs, shout out the slogs, those little weird dog things. Those things are cool.
I was so scared of that game, but I loved it.
No, that game was scary. Like,
I
Mickey,
just
you
got
remember
the
towards
best
the end where you
idea.
have to go to the layers of the paramites and the
Scrabs.
Scrabs.
Oh,
Scrabs
dude,
were
hey,
fucking scary.
hey, TBH guys, let's real talk. Scrab cakes are number 1.
Yeah.
They're
Is that
so
what-
good.
Scrabs are scary, dude.
That's what chicken patties are.
No, no.
Oh god, that's so sad.
Chicken patties.
Paramites
are
Scrabs were very hard and like tough to fight and like run against.
They had those.
Paramites were scary.
They had those faces like the beak cone
Yeah.
face. The paramites were scary because they were like spider.
They have like normal bodies, but they had like the
Yeah.
spider like legs on their head.
Yeah.
They look like shout out to my what you're reading HP Lovecraft fans. Shout out to my they look like the old ones from Mountains of Madness. Like you know the weird like stalk and then like the starfish head.
Yeah.
Kind of what paramites look like. They look like the old ones.
Yeah, I recently, whatever they remastered, whatever the first one is, Abe's Odyssey.
There was Abe's Odyssey got remastered to New and Tasty.
New and Tasty. That's what I
Oddworld, New
played.
and Tasty.
That's what I played, and I was like, I was blown away at how easy the game was now. I remember it being so
It was hard.
Like it was so frustratingly hard that I was like, I love this game, but I cannot beat this, and I hate that.
I'm gonna play it
because
now. I'm gonna play it tonight.
I couldn't. God,
I've got it on my Steam.
I couldn't see the next stage, and I was like, I want to see what else this game has. But I need to. That fell. I need to play Soulstorm.
If you don't like the snacks,
Hey guys, I just got a genius idea.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
This will be probably further down the line, maybe. But Abe's Odyssey, Dungeons and Dragons,
Ooh, that's a fun world to be with.
right? Because you play the other Oddworld characters like Munch.
Oh,
So here's what's really interesting about
Right?
what I read is that initially the creative director of Abe's Odyssey was wanting to be 4 games. So it was going to be Abe's Odyssey, followed by Munch's Odyssey,
So fun.
followed by there was Stranger, and that was like
I
Stranger.
don't really remember.
Was that the
Munch's.
Western one
Yes.
with the gun?
So he wanted to do 4, but it ended up getting kind of botched because
Yeah.
they wanted them to do Abe's Exodus because like they just got paid well to do a sequel, and then they went to do Munch's Odyssey, but they had to like scrap a bunch of features that they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So it's like
That Munch's Odyssey kind of fell through. I mean, it was still good, but it definitely
Yeah.
wasn't as. It wasn't what they wanted it to be.
So, point being, initially they wanted it to be 4 things, and Abe was just the first one. Now they're remaking the whole thing. They're doing 4 new games.
Have you played the remake of Abe's
I
Odyssey?
haven't. So new and tasty.
God, it's
So good.
so fucking
New and
good.
tasty
It's
is
beautiful.
1.
Beautiful.
Soulstorm is 2, and then they have 2 more.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's the thing, too. Also, I want to tell everyone, the Abe's Odyssey remake. I got on Steam. I think you can get new and you can get new and tasty anywhere.
I got it on my PlayStation.
Yeah. So I don't know if it on PlayStation is the same, but they do the Halo thing where when Halo remastered all their games like 10 years later, while you're watching the cutscenes, you can switch between the new and the
Oh.
old look.
Okay.
And so you can compare them
I don't
because the
think I
new and
remember
tasty,
that.
same game,
Right.
but the visuals,
Yeah.
especially the cutscenes, like everything is brighter.
Yeah.
There's more color. They've added in more like detail stuff. It is.
The lighting is.
It's phenomenal.
If you think-
Exact same though. Oh my god, it's so fun.
If you think that's good, Soulstorm.
I need to
like,
check out Soulstorm.
Yeah.
This, no,
See,
like
I
the
need to-
cutscene movie. I don't watch cutscene movies. I don't really.
I
Watch
do.
a lot.
I never. Really
I've done
thought
that
about
before. I used to do that for Mortal Kombat games.
They're cool and they're all over YouTube, but like that, they could make an Abe's Odyssey show based on the footage from the cutscenes. It's that degree of like animation.
Hey, Abe's
What
Odyssey's
is it?
creators. I know you're watching. Don't make the show until we get up. Wait for us to get a little bit higher on our star journey, and then we'll like join you. So
Lauren
just
Lanning.
wait. Just wait. Who?
Lauren Lanning.
Shout out Langley,
Lauren Lanning.
Lori Lanning. Wait for us.
Lauren. Lorne.
Oh, like Lauren Michaels, like from SNL.
I don't think.
No, that's Lorne.
What are you saying again?
I can't say it another time. I've
What is
already
it?
done enough.
Lauren.
I said Lauren.
You said like Laura or something. You said Lori. You said Lori.
However,
Baraku Dragano.
Baraco Donegan.
we're getting way too far. That person's not even watching this. Unless.
What? So Soulstorm.
Yeah.
I can get that now.
Yeah.
Is it out?
Been out.
It's
That's
been
out.
It's
That's
been
out.
for like 5 years.
That's what I mean. Like, see, that's weird because
I'm just gonna have another one.
when
I'll leave one
that
for me.
game come out, I also read a book called Soul Speak.
Yeah.
So then I would flip the two, where I'm like, is it Soulstorm?
What did I do?
No. It has a little thing on
And
it.
make it a music.
Well, this is Timber. Oh, actually, Dad fixed it.
I was gonna hide that from
Glued
Macy.
it. It used to be here.
All right.
Yum, yum,
There used to be like a little hula dancer in there.
When I touched it, I was like, "Oh no! Like the boulder is gonna like come down from the ceiling."
Oh no! There was a hula dancer in there, and then a bunch of wasps made it their home, and we cleared all those out. The hula dancer fell out. I think one of the boys probably threw her off the gazebo.
Let's go
And
see.
now
I'm gonna
it's
go
just
feed that
here.
baby, so what do we need?
Give everyone your sign off, and we'll and you can exit.
T-Dub Projects on Facebook. Go check it out. I'm in the process of moving. I have a child, and there's a lot of things going on, so I'm not as active, but come check it out. If you want a t-shirt or something, you're more than welcome to message me
Yeah.
on Facebook. T-Dub Projects. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Bye.
Oh, we should have a mic.
Yeah. Don't bring your mic. Turn your mic off. Crazy. Help!
Dude,
Help! Help!
know how to turn
Get
my
'em.
mic off.
Get him!
Help over here.
We still rocking this thing?
Hmm?
We still rocking this thing?
Oh, we can get out. Construction's gone. Anything else to talk about? Just enjoying life right now. Sitting outside. It's really nice being out here.
Yep.
A little humid, but we never There's always rain that shows up, but it never actually like starts falling here.
That's what I was talking to your mom about.
I wonder if it's the lake or something. But we get all the humidity, but none of the actual rain that takes it away.
This would have been a really good boat day.
Because you get on the water and you get movement, so you get the airflow.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot better. But yeah, you know, that's the thing. We were gonna go boating, but we didn't know what the weather, because they kept saying, "Oh, storm, storm, storm," and then nothing ever actually happened. But you know, I still like the gazebo, chilling out the old pond in the BG.
Yeah.
Next time we gotta do it on the island over there. I don't know if people can even see that. I think maybe the island with the lifeguard chair out there. Just chill around that thing.
Is that thing bolted down, or is it just?
No, it's just on those barrels. It's just tied to the.
No, is the chair bolted onto the?
Oh yeah. I sit on that all the time. It's kind of creepy at night when you're sitting on it.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah, but you know.
20 minutes later.
We're like in an absurdist world right now,
Kind of.
and I want to be back in post absurdity, because the absurdity, like you said, like they're trying to make it to where like they don't want people to watch it anymore because it's too much.
It's too much. People are seeing too much of it.
You see that with like food too. Look at restaurants where like this is when you know inner civilization's coming. You got those restaurants with like Dick's Last Resort where it's like the serving is bad, like they intentionally are mean to you. Which, by the way, not a fan. I was not a fan of that.
I've never been.
And also, it's very expensive. Everything's high priced because you're there for the experience, right? You're not there for the food or drink, which is good because the food and drink's like $100 a person. Yeah. So it's kind of bullshit. And they make you a paper hat that says you have small wee wee. Just saying, mean, and lie, and it's gonna into civilization is gonna be when we get to this point where restaurants are gonna start opening, and it's probably gonna be like in LA or Austin, Texas, where the food is like rotten. It's like actually like it's all burnt. It's all like actually like not good food, but it's like. Right. Oh my god, look at it. I'm at like this shitty food restaurant. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. The food here is so shitty. Oh my god, I can't believe I paid $200 for this. That's so crazy. It's like that's when they should drop the nuke.
That's when we know that we've fallen.
When people are intentionally poisoning themselves,
they're already doing it.
No. With actual poisoned food, that's when it's bad.
When they're knowingly doing that.
Knowingly eating poisoned food, not just being like, oh, this is like, you know, just consuming 20 hours of a YouTube video. Which is also poison. Well, anything can be poison. Oh, poison just means you had too much of a thing. Yeah. You can have too much chloroform.
That's like the
too
dose.
Much cyanide.
The dose is the poison. The dose is the poison.
Yeah, the dose is the poison. Poison. Yeah. Like anything can be too much. Like too much sex is bad.
I don't think we should go into the same.
One word, chafing. There you go. Boom. Checkmate. I got you in one word. Chafing. That would stop your sex immediately. How are you gonna have sex if you're chafing so much? Eventually you're chafing too much, right? Just saying.
Hands are up. I can see.
What else can you have too much of? Chocolate, obviously. Diabetes. You can have too much knowledge of occult history. H.P. Lovecraft died penniless. I was also thinking of Crowley first, actually, but you know what I'd love to do? Get back on that boat, dude. More boating. I want to do some more boating.
I don't have my schedule. I don't have my phone, but
we'll get out there again. No worries. Because we're still waiting for people to. Waiting for more people to get hyped up and join up and tie up with us. So let us know if you want to tie up with us. We'll let you know when we go down the water. And if we can't go on the water, we got all this gazebo. We can take a bunch of paddle boats out on the pond. Just have the camera like right here. We're all just because these are wireless, so like we can just go out there, just leave the recorder here.
Yeah,
it works all the way to the bench over there, so it's full range. So it would work.
Your dad should have been mic'd up for there.
Oh, that'd have been funny while he was hitting the. Yeah, that'd been really good. So yeah, let us know if you want to join us up on the Mellow Brick Road boat days. Be a master boater. Backflip off the side. Yeah, so just hit us up at Instagram, Mellowbrick, or mbr.pod on Instagram, Mellow Brick Road on Facebook. If you want to send me an email, mellowbrickroad.podcast@gmail.com. Send us a big, long note if you want to join us on the boat with your own boat. You can tie up with us, or you can just show up and we can all get on the boat together. No biggie.
Easy as that.
Also, let me know if you saw that bee that's been flying around here today. We got a little bee buddy, just kind of circling us, wondering what we're doing here.
At this bee's home.
We're in his
We're at the
domain
doorstep
right now.
of this.
So, yeah, you guys can see this bee because he's not like hurting anyone. I wish you would like get him to land on my hand.
Come on. Come on. You know where you need to be.
He wants to go home. He's like, I'm not getting on your hand. I'm trying to get home.
Please
Leave
leave
me
my
alone.
neighborhood.
Yeah, you guys are too loud.
That's the neighborhood watch.
I guess that bird too that flies around too. The bird and the bees. If you want to message me directly on Instagram at Van Windsor, I also pick up trash every week. Hashtag catch up today. Check that out. I did see some trash on the road today, so I'm going to go pick that up later. Terry, you don't have a social media at all, so if you want to talk to Terry, take your notebook, piece of paper, write whatever you want to say to Terry on there, rip it out, roll it up like you're rolling a J, but don't smoke it. Put it in a glass bottle. Open up your window wherever you are, on the highway, in your bedroom of your apartment, the hospital. Just any glass you see, just chuck it out that way.
And I'll find it.
I'm sure he will.
And I'll find it.
It'll somehow like, magically get there. Once it's out of your sight, it'll like teleport to him. Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else I'm missing? We got more boat days. Follow us on Twitch. We are getting our D&D. Hey, we're actually playing D&D. I know. I've been saying it for a long time. We're actually playing. Once we get past this little training period that I have for all the players, that's going to be on Twitch. We're going to stream that weekly, probably like 30-minute to hour and a half streams. 2 hours seems a little bit too much for everyone because they all got jobs and babies and stuff, so this will make it a little bit easier, but we'll let you know when we start doing that. We got more game show kind of things coming soon. We're trying to think of like new game ideas, like different games. More guests, more games, more Twitch, more Patreon. Go to the Patreon, check out the behind the scenes of the Thigh Guys video. That's a good video, where we're trying to look for locations of where we were going to record the last boat day, so check out that on the Patreon, Mellow Brick Road on there. And be a subscriber, help us subscribe, help us, fund the show. We can get better equipment, more fun with better equipment, so there we go. If you guys know the Crest All-Star people, let us know who they are. We know one of them is for sure, but let them know that we want to talk with them. So get the support for that, so we can get the Crest sporting events going again. And yeah, man. I don't have a quote today because I didn't think about that until just now.
Many Tic Tacs later.
Okay, here's a good one from. This is like probably the third time we've brought this guy up on the show. Brad Pitt, Missouri born.
All right.
Here's his quote.
Okay.
This quote from old Braddy Pitt. In Missouri, where I come from, he comes from Missouri.
Yes.
We don't talk about what we do. We just do it. If we talk about it, it's seen as bragging.
Interesting.
That is an interesting quote, isn't it?
Interesting quote from somebody who's very much in the public eye.
Yeah. Mellow manifestations, everybody.
What we're doing.
You just gotta say like a way to think about it.
Oh.
However you want. Absolutely. Like Trey says, peace and blessings. I say mellow manifestations. Mason says peace and
So I need a catchphrase.
He says bye.
I think I can do better than mine.
Give it a shot.
I don't.
Spotlight's on you.
Oh.
You want me to do it again? Can we start over?
I'll just do it next week.
We'll take it some time.
I'll do it next week.
Mellow manifestations, everybody. See you next week. You don't show up next week.
John,